All right. Good evening, everybody. It is time to get in the Yu-Gi-Know with me, Jello the Casual Card Gamer, GoldenNovaYugioh, and JC Theater YGO. It's been 2 weeks, 14 days, 14 times 24 hours since the last time that we went through this, and I had almost a mental breakdown before the show started. How are you guys doing today?
I'm glad because we had 2 weeks, I got through a single game of Fortnite, so I feel very refreshed.
And what about you, JC?
Speaking of the very topical games, since we are right on the money when it comes to being relatable to the youth and everything, children's card game, of course, it comes with the brand. I played Among Us for the first time this past Friday, so that was pretty fun. You know, all those sus memes and all that. And on a more personal note, I posted a video on my channel, and it was very well received, especially by these two wonderful guys here that really helped in the background, and then with the constructive criticism and also just the praise and kind words from everyone who said anything about it and watched it. I really appreciate that. This is my little plug. Usually I don't use my little plug since I have nothing to plug, so that's why I'm really going off today or tonight. But how are you, Jello? How are you doing?
I am good. I woke up hungover a couple of hours ago, and my side is hurting. But you know what? That's not going to stop me from talking to you guys for the next hour to hour 15 minutes about this wonderful children's card game. So, this
Vanguard, right? So anyway, we need to get into Overdrive. No.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll do the announcements later, but tonight we are going over everything that has been released in the past 14 days. But before that, I will just acknowledge the chat here. So we have Genesis Yu-Gi-Oh first. We have, oh my god, JC Theater Yu-Gi-Oh too. We have Larry 20 and Slifer Slacker and Not a Pancake. It's been a while, I think, since Not a Pancake has been on. It's been a pancake for a while, and there's not a pancake again. But yeah, thank you all for joining us tonight. And Larry says, "How are you doing?" I am doing great. I need a coffee to get all this alcohol out of my body. But yeah, I think I speak for all of us when I say that we're doing good. We're doing good. But anyway,
Typical Jello, just getting absolutely slam dunked on alcohol before coming onto his own stream. Jeez,
this is the first
no
time.
professional work we're having right here.
This is the first time.
No, it is.
The other time we got wasted on stream, so that I don't count that.
Yeah, there we go. It doesn't count if it's during the things.
Yeah,
that's part of the festivities.
Exactly. But
You can claim that on your tax forms, you know. So.
Yeah, so today we are going over the ban list since that happened. Magic Key. I'm just gonna try to think so it doesn't sound boring. We have Sue Ships and the Gizmex that were released, as well as the new Cyber Style structure deck and King's Court. If I'm missing anything else, let me know. But I believe that's everything, right?
Oh, we're gonna be talking about some aliens.
Oh yeah, and the aliens.
Yeah.
My hands on them.
Yeah, we're gonna put our tinfoil hats on.
I will say.
Yep.
In the chat, they're saying Jello is quiet.
Oh, I'm quiet.
Like your sound level's kind of low.
Okay. Hello. Is that better? Chat, can you hear me?
I don't
In
know.
the
I wasn't
meantime-
having issues before, so.
Yeah, because like
I'd like to say how
my-
glad I am that Jaden Yuki's in chat. So nice.
Yes. Oh, let me where's Mono?
Hey, Calcite, how's it going?
Okay. Do I sound better now, chat? Yeah, because I just realized that my mic was only outputting to the left. It wasn't mono. But yeah.
Okay, there we go. Looks like
Yeah, I think
that's saying that you sound a lot better.
All right. Fur pick. All right, so let's get straight into it, shall we? So the ban list, guys.
Okay, so
If you could describe it in
hmm?
in 3 words, your disappointment or your excitement for how this ban list is shaping up the scene right now.
3 words. End of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's absolutely tearing things apart. They didn't unban Colossus, so rogue decks are everywhere now. They kept Yada on the list, so there's no hand control representation. And Emergency Teleport is still at 1! It's like Konami doesn't even watch my videos.
I have to.
They only watch the podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to admit, when I saw that E-Telly was going to be really good for mutants, I wanted to build it at the time, and I didn't know that it was limited. So I bought 3. I'm like, oh, crap.
Oh.
Thankfully, the
Oh
people
god,
that I
we gotta
bought
build
them
you
off
and...
of were like 5. They're only like $5 each. So I'm like, okay, it's no harm.
Okay,
there.
that's good.
But yeah, that was hilarious.
I was about to say that you and Nim Nim need to get like a support group going, but no, it's not. Those are 2 different levels. JC, what about you?
So I don't have 3 words for this ban list. Jello, I know you don't have your guitar readily available, but just imagine that Jello's playing some sad music. I have 3 letters for you guys. A, B, C. The real
thank God.
deck that has been shattered. Ban list after ban list because of other decks. I didn't care necessarily about this ban list in terms of good or bad. I've been out of the metagame for a while now. I understand it hit what needed to be hit right now. Like, of course, if they didn't hit VFD, then it'd be controversial. I just think this ban list was very like straight shoot, like, okay, it makes sense, everything's okay, nothing controversial or crazy came off, which I always like, never forget Snatch Steal, that one format. But Union Carrier definitely hurt a little bit. I have the ABC core on my side waiting, and it will still wait until one day maybe Union Carrier will come back. I doubt it though. It's definitely an enabler for a lot of crazy shenanigans. But what are your 3 words, Jello?
My sad malicious, because it's still a 2. But
only card at 2.
yeah, I hate it.
It takes 2 to tango, but only 1 to keep a list on to keep semi-limited open.
I know, I hate it so much. Other than that, I'm happy that my little dragon boy came back to Buster Blader Papa. And now I can finally make that deck. Oh wait, I can't because Buster Dragon is $50 freaking a copy now. So
What?
yeah, it's insanely expensive right now. Got bought out for some reason. But yeah, yeah. Other than that, I am a little sad that Union Carrier did get banned, because that was sort of the gimmick of my Danger Dark World deck at this point, is turbo out thing. Like, I have my dragon back, but now I don't have the giant carrier that makes it useful. So I guess it was a fair trade, all things considered. But yeah, I'm not too bothered by anything that happened, because I don't play most of the decks that were affected by it. So yeah. All right. Are there any final words for VFD, or what else got banned here? Zexel got banned, right? Utopic Zexel got banned as well.
Yeah, we banned Yuma.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we no longer have to watch like Zexel. Like, you can, if you want to do like a machete cut, you can just go DM, GX, 5Ds, Arc V, and then you go into Vrains, and that's it. That's all I gotta watch.
Yeah.
This ban list made it canon, so I don't know what to tell you. It's not me. I like Zexel.
Apparently, people who played against it didn't. So, yeah. Oh well.
Oh, sorry. The anime. No, the card. No. I'm glad it's gone. It's another piece of uninteractive design that is only fun when played by an anime character. Otherwise, it's just.
Yeah. I was because I was trying as my hardest to sell the Numeron gates when they first came out, because I had so many, and yeah, no one ever picked them up. So I was thinking maybe I should try getting it, but then other things came up, so I never got to build the deck, and I guess it's a good thing that I never got to. So yeah, I am unhurt by recent events in the ban list. Anyway, JC, do you have anything else you want to say, or are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Like I said, the ban list just it happened. It's not controversial on one end or the other being negative or positive. So it's just I guess it's negative because it's not fun. I didn't have much fun being like, ooh, this is a crazy list, but no, I don't have anything of note about this list.
All right. Okay, moving on. We have Magic-Key. Magic-Key. God, I hate the name so much. It looks so cool to read, but when it comes out of my mouth, I just can't make it sound cool. I can't make it sound like an adult is saying it. It always sounds like an 8-year-old trying to explain something they don't know how to explain. You know?
I don't know. It's like it's Magic-Key. I don't know how else to say it. Motion to just call it Kingdom Hearts for the rest of the night.
Okay, let's do that. Let's go that. Let's go that.
Cool. Okay, so the Kingdom Hearts archetype.
Yeah. So yeah. What do you think of Sora and his talking gun? he grew up.
I like it.
He grew up. You know.
He grew up got a gun.
He doesn't need a rated G weapon anymore that doesn't have any sharp ends. No, he can just shoot people now. But yeah,
Zigbar broke the glass ceiling when it came to weapon representation in Square Enix games.
So true. But I remember last show, we were asked what we want to see out of Lightning Overdrive, and then JC said like some kind of ritual, like maximum ritual, and we kind of got that with Kingdom Hearts. And the thing that makes me wonder how much support it'll get initially comes from the level 4 ritual being a tuner at the same time. So what do you guys think on that front? Or what do you guys think of Kingdom Hearts in general, you know?
The game.
Yeah.
We're going on one of our famous tangents.
JC, do you want to go first on this one?
So actually, I just made a joke about our famous tangents, but I have a little tangent about this. And spoiler alert: the two ships. I actually think the most interesting thing about this archetype, and again, Sue ships, is the fact that they're kind of adding importance to normal monsters. Mm-hmm. We got unions, we got Geminis. Those are the first that come to mind when I think of like underrepresented like types of cards in the game, you know. And rituals have had a good run of like getting some support. They're definitely another one that's like a different colored card that is like very undersupported compared to the other cards. But normal monsters suck unless you have a very specific strategy that goes with normal monsters, like Phantasm Spiral, which like usually you don't even play like hardly any normal monsters. I'm not an expert on that deck, but that's the one that comes to mind because you know the cards interact with normal monsters. Mm-hmm. Normal monsters are so useless and pointless, and we're so power crept to the point where if we had a level 4 that had like I think we have like, of course, Warwolf at 2100, but like we have like a 2000 attack level 4 for like, I think almost every type now. Every so often we get a random one. I know we got a Cyburst one in one of the earlier Cyber sets, Vrain sets, I should say. But my whole point is it's very nice to see them kind of more organically almost force us to have a brick, force us to use a normal monster in order to actually, I don't know, bring that part of the game back, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my most interesting and my thing that I like the most. And also a side thing is Clavis, which I hope it changes. I don't like, I like Magic-Key better than Clavis because it sounds like clavicle, and I think that's like a bone or something.
Yeah. I think it's
yeah. But he has a 1900 stat line. So even though he is a brick and you won't want to like, I don't know, normal summon him and go Clavis beatdown, it's still like it's a possibility, right? It's not like
Yeah.
it's a 0-0 like heretics or something.
Mhm.
But then we also have the sous ships who have I'm scrolling just to confirm, but 0 defense but 2,000 attack.
Yeah.
So I like that even though they're forcing these bricks on us, they're still decent. And also I'm not fresh on the gameplay, but I think you also can like summon them and stuff. It's not like they're like a true brick where like you have to have them in the deck. I don't know specifically, but my whole point is I like the normal monster aspect of things. So I'm sorry I literally didn't answer your question at all. So I will defer it to Nova now to answer the proper question asked.
No, I actually do have to agree with JC that this is a very prescient point, and I look forward to seeing if that is like a thing that they're going to push, because this is the new set of this next cycle. Lightning Overdrive ended. I forget what series it is, but this is a new one, and that's a time for new ideas to start getting entered into the format. So if we see a lot of normal monster stuff, I'd be down with that. And moving into what I actually think about Magic Keys, I do like how it isn't like a Garnet. Like it has Garnet's attack stat. So in that way it is. But it's just like you can either if you draw it and normal summon it, you get to do all the same things that you could if you just summon it off an unexpected die. So unless there's like another normal summon reliance that you have, it's a normal monster that you kind of are okay with seeing. So I like that. I think it's funny that we now have a spell card that fusions and or ritual summons. And now that I say that out loud, I technically remember that Dark Magician had that first. But I'm going to give it to Magic Key. Yeah, Secret Black Magic technically did it first. But it's so cool to see that they're still doing that. Especially because this one also has Shaddoll fusion abilities if you have any normal monster. And that's something that I'm really excited about this. It doesn't care about Clavis. There's not a single card in there that's like you need to have Clavis available. It helps because it's a Magic Key as well. But you could just as easily normal summon. What was it last night? Someone was dueling me with it, and they summoned like I think it was Alexandrite Dragon. It's like, oh, deck still pops off, and it does some really cool stuff, especially with like the attribute stuff. I can't wait to see like the Doriato-esque version of the deck where they're all like, yeah, so I can dump all of them, and now my dragon kills everything. And yes, I did send a Slifer. I don't care if you summon Obelisk.
Great.
So I look forward to it, and I look forward to them revealing a rival character that will have Synchro and Xyz. You were saying about the Ritual Tuner.
Yeah. I also find the attribute what do you call it, the attribute abilities pretty interesting on top of everything, and I am very excited to see the lore of this, because if you look at I believe it's the level both of the rituals, it's just the gun changing form. So you have like
yes,
you have it as like something like the level 4 is something, and then the level 8 just turns into this huge like artillery cannon. So I'm excited to see what that does, and then the fusions are something else. Like it's Clavis on like some kind of thing with the gun. So,
there's a dog and there's a dragon.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, and I was looking at the attributes that it covers right now, and there are 3, but I believe it has an ability to like just change its attribute or change like your opponent's monster's attributes or something like that. All I know is that there's some kind of like modulation.
The counter trap does that.
Okay, the counter trap does that. Okay. Yeah, so that I'm really interested to see if it is a rival character that turns into the synchros and everything. I'm excited to see that, but I don't know how early we'll get it, because we did get the confirmation of another core set, I believe, after Dawn of Majesty already, and I forgot what it was called, but we're not going to go into that too much because we have other things to talk about. And yeah, so the most edible deck next to Madolche's, I believe, are we talking about now? Sous ships.
It's before the Madolche.
All right, so sous ships, guys. I just want to point out that even though sous ship is a normal monster, its flavor text is so long. Have you read this thing's flavor text.
I'm sorry. Jello.
Yes.
Jello. Say flavor text?
Oh no.
So you're saying that I can once I get it, I can
It'll taste like a Switch cartridge.
Never mind. Rejoice, folks! They made a card that they actually want you to eat.
But yeah, Suship seems pretty cool. Right now, as it is, it doesn't look like it can do very much outside of the rudimentary special summon Roe if you have regular Suship and then make it into the Xyz monster that they have. But yeah, I think that once we get more items on the menu for this deck, that we'll have a better idea of what everything else does. And of course, it's sushi. I love sushi, so I want to try this deck out. What about you guys?
I think we have the start of a very interesting tempo deck here. I imagine that Rice Suship is going to catch a lot of removal every time it hits board because it seems like everything revolves around having that on board. And that's never a good position you want to be in with your deck. But the things that it enables once you actually have it are ridiculous. Like the Xyz, what is it? You draw a card, so it just replaces itself immediately. It double attacks, and it blows up cards. Like,
yeah,
okay, I'll take that. And like that last effect doesn't even care about its material. You can just make that in any deck, and then it just hits something, and then you blow something up. I'll take it.
It's great.
Ooh, man.
It's a value meal.
Oh, and it's an archetype that I can call delicious. Like, I call everything delicious, but I can specifically call this one delicious, and I'll be fine.
Yeah.
It will make sense.
Can't wait for Suships in 15 minutes. And you know what you should do?
Oh, yeah.
Instead of talking about the cards, find like a 15-minute recipe for sushi, and then just have that as your video.
It's just an entire, like, I take the camera, I pour it to like a chopping board. It's like, hey, everyone. This is binging with Nova, and we're gonna make a delicious Suship souffle. Gotcha! It's baked goods.
Oh man. What about you, JC? What do you think of Suships?
My biggest thing is for so long, my boy Chemicritter Carbo Crab has been on the highest pedestal as the unique typing of Aquafire, and finally he has been denounced to the bottom ranks, back to just being a Chemicritter card. I guess he's technically a totally awesome enabler in the deck, so there's something. But Suship finally, I think, took the reins on the Aquafire monopoly. So at least we know they're spicy. So that's something too. Canonically, they are spicy. So that's gonna be fun. And Jello, how are you feeling about having to eat a card once you open up a booster pack with these Suships in it?
I'm hungry just thinking about it. Like Nova said, the Xyz looks really fun on its own. And I do agree that it is hard to have to make sure that you have Rice Suship on the field, because one, it's a normal monster, so you don't really do anything with it, and two, being a normal monster has no inherent protection, so you're kind of like in this really weird place where you have to try like 2 to 3 times harder to keep it on the field before you can do anything. But I'm a pleb when it comes to figuring out what to pair this appetizer with, so yeah, I'm just excited to pull them. I'll smell them, and I'll let you guys know if it smells like actual sushi. They should.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem.
If I ever pull a Yu-Gi-Oh card and it smells like actual sushi, I might have to write an email to Konami.
It's like one of those scented gift cards, you know?
That's a hold on. That's a thing.
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yeah. Scented paper
No.
and stuff.
I don't no, because like the more you say that, the more reasonable that sounds. And that's a zone I don't want to be in. I don't want to end up like opening a pack and on the back of it have its nutritional facts and it say warning might contain raw seafood products.
Only smells like sushi. Do not eat cardboard. I'm gonna look at I'm gonna go into the chat real quick. Not a Pancake says they should do a scratch and sniff. That'd be hilarious.
Oh,
that'll
you
create,
say you want that, you don't want that.
it'll create a whole new category of cards in TCG players, like near mint, moderately sniffed, super scratched and stuff, like heavily scratched and stuff. Man, it'll be great.
TCG player, I'm writing in today to let you know that my card was not mildly sniffed. It was thoroughly sniffed. I could not smell the row. I am absolutely furious and would like a refund.
Hey, misprint group. My sous ship smells like chocolate. How much do you think this is worth?
Oh man. Oh, I'm crying.
Go on without me, I can't.
Oh man. Let's just go through the chat real quick. So when we were talking about Magic-Key, Terrio Frost said, I feel I'd love to see more Gemini cards. My first structure deck was the gear-free Gemini deck, and I'd love more support for them. Yeah, like a way to make Geminis like not helpful, but like a little faster right now, because I mean you can always double summon, but like why would you do that? But yeah, Gemini needs to have a special way to special summon from hand. Exactly, Larry. That is exactly what they need. Sous ships actually seem really good for just 5 cards. I hope they turn out like Sunvine. Yeah, like because I feel like we still need to wait a little more to see if there are any more cards that'll support the sous ship strategy before we can like really put any firm stamp on it. And let's see, Genesis Yu-Gi-Oh said shut, and then Nova, first of all, how dare you? I forgot what this was about.
I fooled everyone about my sous ship souffle. I have a feeling that's what we're talking about. You know what? I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry.
Larry 20 said read
the nod in there.
read the normal card CC. They should do scratch and sniff from Not a Pancake. You never read the normal card CC. Like, it's so fun to read. Like in Yu-Gi-Oh at least, it's so fun to have normal monsters in an archetype, because it at least gives you like part of the story. You know what I mean? Like the world, the world legacy cards, right? Like Chosen by the World Chalice and all of those 4, or 3, I think. Because I think
it was
Guard Dragon
3
had an ability right from the get-go. Because he had like, you had Gearsu, Ib, and Avramax before they became those things. But yeah, it's nice to have flavor text. Let's see. And Rose Dragon's scratch and sniff. That'd be crazy. Roses. What do roses smell like? I don't. Let's not delve into this. Gizmax.
Interesting.
Okay? Gizmax.
Okay, we're doing it live.
Yeah. So Gizmax. I have not read what any of the new ones do. All I know is that they used to come out one at a time, and now they're coming out all at once. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the
All I know is I'm scared.
For any of you Death the Kids out there, this is the perfect death deck for you. Everything's symmetrical. Their attacks are symmetrical.
Perfect. Everything. Yeah, no, I like all this new Deskbot support. It works really well with the deck.
Would you like to elaborate?
Well, because every Deskbot's attack is 500. Every Deskbot's defense is 500. Every Gizmek card affects every machine you control whose attack equals their defense. So it's just Deskbot support, folks. It's stealthy, but it's there.
All right, so...
and JC, I need you to stall for me because I have to actually reread all these.
Okay, yeah, okay. I got my quick observations. Let's go. First off, 50 increments of 50 attack and defense. What's up with that, guys? Am I right? Another thing, Inaba, the Gizmek Inaba, the bunny, the level 1 first Yu-Gi-Oh monster with a 50 stat line. So that's pretty fun. So I guess technically if you want to go deep into it, it's also, oh wait, never mind. I was going to sound really stupid. I was going to say it's the first Yu-Gi-Oh monster whose stats equal 100, but then I'm sure there's a Yu-Gi-Oh monster with a 0-100 or a 100-0. So never mind about that. But they're interesting. I'm getting the same vibes, which hopefully they do better than this, but I get the same vibes as Element Sabers, how all the Elemental Lords came out and then they released the Light and Dark one at the same time, I think, as well as all the Element Sabers, and they like just capped off the archetype. It looks like they're doing that here. We knew this was going to be some kind of archetype. They've done this in the past, again, like with the Elemental Lords and with the not True Draco. What's the other name? True King. The True Kings. One would come out every set. Yeah. So we've seen it, and it's really cool, and it's nice to have the conclusion. And they come out in the next set, which, according to Nova, if I'm remembering correctly, because I don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh, this is the final set that's like in this series of sets, right? Wait, no, they're not coming out in Lightning Overdrive, are they? Or are they? No.
Oh, this is coming out in Dawn of
Oh my
Majesty.
gosh, then I don't even know. They're continuing on to the next wave of sets. But still, my statements still stand. It's nice to have it capped off since we've been on this journey for so long with all the Gizmeks once a set. So I like them a lot. Mechanically, it is cool that they do touch on machines with the same stat line. So they do, of course. Deskbots, I think, are one of the much better examples since it's like the entire archetype. I know here and there machine decks do have random cards that are same stat line. So it'll be interesting to see which of these cards will like kind of be teched into those in general. So now that I spewed out all these words from my mouth, hopefully you had enough time to read the cards, Nova. And I'll read them twice, of course, since I talked so long.
I can't open up the link, so I'm leaving this to you guys.
Oh, no, yeah, cool. Trust me. Thank you. I've had enough time to charge up my Spirit Bomb. I am ready to lay the smackdown about this archetype. So Gizmek, as far as I can tell, don't really have a game plan. Because all of the ones that we've seen up to this point are kind of the boss monsters, and all of them playing them. Or no, it was Friday night, and I found out that the level 9 one, I think it was the Deluge Dragon, it's got a 1500 attack board wipe that is not once per turn. It only works on monster special summon from the extra deck. So I was literally sitting on a gear suit, like, attack over me, I dare you. It's like, I don't feel like it. Paid, 1400 life points and just knocked out all the protection.
Oh my god.
That, you've got the Fox is essentially a trick star where it burns you for summoning monsters just all the time. Everyone knows Orochi.
Yeah.
Everyone hates Orochi, but they know Orochi. And then the new ones come along and they're all like, oh yeah, all those face down banish cards that you had, we can add those to your hand. You want to summon the big ones without paying any of their weird costs? We can do that for you. And then for some reason they stuck on a field spell that's like, if you do that enough, your opponent's not going to be able to activate card effects or monster effects. Fine. No? Set stun to all that. Why not? Gotta summon things 10 times to do it, but you can do it. So I don't know if it's going to be like a tiered threat, but it will be an interesting rogue pick, I feel.
All right. And JC, do you want to add anything onto that before we move on to the next thing in the in the lineup for today?
Sorry, Genesis in chat being all like, I wonder who could have done that. Yeah, I wonder who, Genesis. It was a good match. Thank you.
The frog looks cool. That's, I think, my final stance. The frog statue. I don't even know.
That's such a meme picture.
Link, but yeah.
We're gonna see that frog for years.
All right. So, moving on then, I guess. What was next on the list? Was it the Cyber style deck?
Yes.
Okay. So, last year there was a popularity poll to see what archetype would get a new structure deck. And I believe this was around the time we actually started doing the podcast, and I remember talking to JC about wondering if I should hold my Cyber Dragon stuff. And yeah, it's a good thing I did hold my Cyber Dragon stuff, because yeah, we got Cyber and Dark Dragon or something like that, and that thing is like its abilities are so funny.
It's huge.
I can't wait to screw around with it. But what do you guys think on what are your opinions on that deck?
Well, they let the fusion monster equip monsters from the graveyard, so they're gonna Buster Lock with it.
Yeah. That's the best part. Just toss in one of those things and a Foolish Burial. You're good to go.
You know, OTK decks like this, they're not supposed to have a good turn one play. Okay, yeah, we'll equip that, and also I'm unaffected by every other card's effect. Specifically by my opponent, so I can equip all I want. I can do everything. No, I don't care.
Jello, are you in the dark? Did you turn your lights out, or am I getting bad connection on my end?
No, my camera battery died.
Okay. Oh yeah, his camera battery died. As in, he's succumbed to the style of darkness, and he's gonna come back with like a nice black trench coat. He's gonna duel with like the electric collar stuff. It's like, oh god.
Yeah, because
the electric collar's what made the camera die.
Yeah. That's where the power goes.
JC, what do you think of our new Cyber Dark friend?
So I figured, with Cyber style, instead of just like Cyber Dragon, they would pull some stuff like this where they kind of just finally mixed the decks together that had like Cyber, aka Cyber Dark and Cyber Dragon. Mm-hmm. I do think it was very clever of them to of course a boss monster is Cyber Dark Dragon, and then there's also Cyber End Dragon, and they so eloquently and beautifully Easter egged it to be called Cyber Dark End Dragon. I think that was very clever on the part of them. I understand with YG organization translations, I could be talking out my butt right now, and that could just be YG organization doing that. But we'll see over here what it's called. And I have no doubt in my mind it'll probably be just as beautiful as that. 5,000 attack is crazy. The materials are pretty awesome. It must be fusion summon or special summon by attributing a level 10 or lower Cyberdark fusion monster equipped with Cyber End Dragon. So that'll be interesting too. And then there's some other cards. We just have one main deck monster and a spell card right now.
Yeah.
Cybernetic Horizon, add one more to the list of cards named after sets, Yu-Gi-Oh sets. That's always fun. There's a list. I have a video on my channel from like 2 years ago going over that. Another self-plug there. But I don't know. It seems very cool. It seems kind of forced in a way, and nothing seems more forced than the artwork, with literally them giving the piggyback of the other dragon on top of it.
That's a good way to put it.
So it's literally like those the Pokemon like tag cards with the two Pokemon.
Yeah.
They were like, how do we mesh these two archetypes together? We'll just put the monsters next to each other in poses. So expect more of that probably. But how are you feeling about this 5,000 attack meaty monstrosity who actually has good effects and isn't just a big beater for no reason.
I think that it'll be really interesting to play. Like I said, like Nova said, all you have to do is Buster lock them turn 1, and you have an unaffected 5,000 attack slapper for no reason and for nothing, because I believe that Cybernetic Horizon makes it really easy to fulfill the fusion requirement, because you just have to you get to send things from your extra deck to the graveyard. So there's that. And yeah, I've always loved Cyber Dragons, so I'm ready for whenever Konami plans to release this here. And I hope that if we do get any good reprints, that they actually get here. I don't need my 50th copy of Effect Veiler. So that's my 2 cents on it. But yeah, it seems really interesting.
Oh yeah, as someone who is named Zane, I am honor bound to collect all of those cards and then crush a regionals with it. Be an absolute jerk doing it.
Yeah, if you do, you have to wear the black trench coat, dye your hair green, and electric shock yourself with a taser every time you take damage.
And I'm going to bring along a friend who's shorter than me, dress them up in a yellow coat, and every time I want to say something mean, I was going to go, Cyrus, this is why you're not going to be a true duelist.
It's perfect.
I was just buying a snack from the concession stand, brother. Yes, it's overpriced. You don't know the value of $1, and that's why you won't be a real duelist.
Oh my god. It's perfect. Perfection. And I will be there to record everything.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I need to go do it for the content.
For the sweet content. Anyway, I believe that's everything for the cyber style structure deck, unless there's anything else that you guys wanted to touch on. All right, so now we move into what was next. What was next, JC?
King's Court.
Oh yes, King's Court.
King's Court. Dun-dun-dun.
Yes, the tennis court. We finally found out what we're getting, and I can finally use the speed duel copies of King's Knight, Jack's Knight, and Queen's Knight that I've been holding for no reason. So yeah, King's Knight just got its product synopsis on the official website, and it seems like the main thing that they're going to be putting forward for this is a bunch of, I believe, is like anime, old anime stuff that Yugi used during the series or something like that. Because we get a new Joker card, which will be interesting, and yeah, because like most of the synopsis was on the 3 knights, and then there was a little bit on being able to use Slifer or something like that, or like some Slifer support, unless they were talking about like god cards in general.
I think so, because whenever King's Court was first released, they did it, or not first released, but when like the first wave of information came out,
yeah,
they did it in tandem with the god structure decks.
Yeah.
And I remember them saying that there was stuff in King's Crown for god stuff. So whether or not they're using the Poker Knights as support for that, I'm calling them that. They're the Poker Knights from now on, or if it's a whole other set of cards for it, it remains to be seen. But I am going to have a lot of fun collecting the cards, playing them, and then when I fuse for that new big one they're coming out, I'm just going to be all like, I'm the Joker, baby! And then I'll just live in a society at that point.
All right. What about you, JC?
I don't really care about this set too much. I don't really have any affinity towards like the Poker Knights or like Slifer or anything like that. I will say this is the same rarity distribution that we've seen with the whole like that's where we get our rares and all that, and supers and ultras and collectors rares. So I have to see the support for it to intrigue me, but based off of the existing cards that are part of the archetype and strategy right now, I don't really I don't really mess with it too much. Like, nothing in this set is standing out to me as it stands right now. But it is interesting, and I hope it ends up being cool. And I think because the artwork is released as well, like the tentative like artwork of the booster packs at least, and all 3 packs like that are shown are new artwork, aka the new cards. So that's kind of fun to just see like the spoilers of artwork, because they're world premiere cards for us, and that's always extra fun because we never really know how they're going to mesh with the meta or anything like that. So fingers crossed it'll be cool. The artwork looks cool, but again, what's already out just doesn't interest me too much. But how are you with because you like Yugi decks? How you feel about the poker nights? I know you got to use those speed duel. You got to do something with those speed duel cards.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that happening.
Yeah, because it was actually the reason why I wanted to play speed duels and like at all, because of the 3 Knights and Arcana Knight Joker, just because it sounds so cool. But yeah, someone in chat, Adam Valero, says he hopes that there are retrains of King's Knights and Jack's Knight in this set, and I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get it. I'm wondering what the archetype name that will put them all together will be, because their names right now are a little too generic to be, you know, like used as is, you know, like if you have a thing with knight in its name, oh god. So maybe they will be
Stealth Noble Knight support, baby.
Oh no. Yeah, so we can't do that. But
first the death bots, now this. Nobody's really making out this year.
It's one
They're
or,
making
it's one or the other, Zane. You gotta choose one,
baby. No, it's all for me.
But yeah, I do imagine that if they do have an archetype name attached to them moving forward, that Poker Knights would be really good, and then all they have to do is make, you know, like everything from 1 to 10, and we're good to go, because we already have the top 3.
To make it like what? Poker Knight Queen, Poker Knight King, Poker Knight Jack.
Yeah,
and they
like,
do the suits.
Yeah.
Poker Knight Joker. Like I think it works.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what to expect out of this, because of course the original 3, the only one that has an ability is I think it's who has the ability?
Jacksonite. Yeah.
Is it Jacksonite?
Jackson.
Yeah. So, and that ability is kind of like rudimentary in terms of, you know, like comparison to now. And Arcana Knight Joker hasn't been, you know, a decent card for a while. So I feel like we're gonna get a completely new mechanic coming in with this archetype. But, you know, if they do Poker Knights, then maybe they let you, you know, draw a card and then, you know, choose whether or not you want to fold or add to your hand, you know, like hit me or fold or whatever.
Ooh.
You get to like shuffle cards.
Oh, I would dig.
But yeah, that'll be interesting. It is going to be following the Toon Chaos and Genesis Impact format of boosters, like Adam Valero said. And Artist with a Fro, it says Crossout Designator finally has a potential home in King's Court. Hopefully, maybe, because right now, please. That would make sense, because there isn't much of a selling point for this set right now. So this would be a nice place to put it. Oh, and King's Knight has
that might be bad,
Knight
though.
has the effect, not Jack's Knight.
Might be bad though.
Why?
Everyone wants Crossout Designator.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And it's a terrible, terrible set for pulling the card that you want.
Oh no! And it's exclusively collector's rare.
Yeah. Oh,
is my inside source.
Yeah,
tells me.
it's exclusive.
Alan Mack, you gotta tell your dad.
Alan, help!
Gotta tell your dad, if they're gonna put a Crossout Designator in the set, they gotta make it a rare. You know, that's the only way that you can appease the masses. Just make it a rare so that everyone gets it, so that no one complains.
Please.
Yeah.
I'm tired of setting up my Phantom Knight board. I'm tired of doing that. And it's like, oh, cool. Nibiru?
I hate you.
Set. I have no recourse.
The The only other thing that would make me not want it in this set is the potential for using King's Court for out of the box, because it is a staple, and if it were to be an ultra, then we for sure would pull at least one, so it would be difficult to figure out who gets that.
Dibs.
Dang it!
No,
Oh, dibs!
he said the magic word. We can't.
Here we were trying to puzzle out how to do it in the fairest possible way. JC had the shotgun ability. Dang, dude, God. One day I'm going to be as good as JC at playing Yu-Gi-Oh! One day. Not now, though.
It's all about the mind games.
But what do you call it? Speaking of out of the box ability for this set, if right now the only thing that's been confirmed is like a tinge of God support and this, so I don't know how well it would work if we were to use this for an out of the box arc, because we'd be down an archetype right now. But yeah. No clue. Let's see. Adam Valero says he has a feeling that Crossout Designator will be a promo in the Megaton rather than King's Court, and that would make sense too. But I feel like they would. That's like a really long wait, because this card was kind of teased since when last year. But I guess it's normal. It's normal to make people wait, and it does make sense.
Yeah, let me check actually.
It actually, now that I think about it, it does make sense to be in the Megaton. Because, we had Dragoon last year. Last year. Oh, no. Last year. Yeah. Yeah, okay. This is completely different.
Okay, so it was released in May of 2019.
Oh my gosh.
So a couple of months, it'll have been the 2-year anniversary of its OCG printing. That's... What's that? 8 formats where the OCG has had it, and we've had to. Wow.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Needle
crazy.
Fiber would like to know your location. I gotta see when this card came out.
It's so funny. The OCG gets an extra pack every year on the dot, every TCG exclusive without question. There was that one time where they got it with Beatrice before we did. I was angry.
Yeah.
Us, no. Maybe we'll include it in King's Court. Maybe it'll be a promo. Who knows?
Yeah, and like it's so sad too, because like even the Lost Arts, it all comes in a set. Like it's not one of those like OTS promos that you have to spend $30 on. That sucks, but yeah. John R says they would have to stop being cheap and put promos back in the tins.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine them doing that?
I don't know, because like last year the trade-off for the tins was that we had more ultras and supers in each pack, right? So I don't know. Did you guys think that was like a fair trade, or would you rather have had the same pack distribution but have promos?
Like the promos were like, not all the promos were good, obviously. Sometimes it was just an excuse to print a new rarity of Obelix the Tormentor or Dark Magician.
Yeah.
But, it was weird because the gold sarcophagus tins was this, like, it felt like this real push of combo's a real problem in this format. We're printing these cards specifically to help counter these things so that rogue decks have a way to fight those things. Mm-hmm. That felt like they were listening to the metagame and they were making products specifically for that. And then the 2020 Megatons came out and they're all like, actually, we're not going to add promos in there. And all the new cards we're adding will be shuffled in there. And one of them is Dragoon. And this one is a card that lets your Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon do a thing. I've already forgotten what all of them do. And that, like, if you open one of those instead of any other Chase Ultra that you were looking for, that must have felt really bad.
Yeah.
No, when you opened Dimensional Shifter as a promo, it was like, well, okay, maybe the next one will be Nibiru or DRMD, but now it's like, cool.
Yeah. Oh, man.
The amount of hate that Gladiator Beast fusion got.
Oh my God.
The other purple Ultra.
for anyone who checks cards from the bottom up. Oh my God. That must have
Don't you
sucked.
talk bad about my glider beast ever again, you son of a gun. I will not stand that indignance. But no, yeah, it was. So to answer your question in the specifics, instead of me going on a long-winded rant, no, I'd rather have promos instead of more ultras in my packs. Because those ultras can always get like watered down and cut with like terrible stuff.
Yeah, because the extra shiny cards we got was just Infinity Chasers, the whole set,
Pretty much.
which was already shiny anyway. so yeah, promos all the way. Something to highlight that it's one of those things where you just had to have been there in Yu-Gi-Oh history was when Worlds was happening in Berlin, Germany or something, and the Yu-Gi tubers got the gold sarcophagus tins early, and that was how we got the promos revealed to us. Like Team APS randomly being like in a hotel room, like, yo, look at this. Or I think it was actually in the venue. I think Team Sam was in a hotel room. But the point is, like, it was just random videos releasing these promos, and it was just so interesting, and like so like hyped. And then we got no promos the next Megatin. So I think Nova and I are in agreement that promos are the way to go. But I think, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but Jello, you were sounding like you were kind of liking that double foil amount when you were making it sound pretty good when you were telling us about it. So how do you feel?
I'm kind of indifferent because like the only things that I was really looking for was the Dragoon anyway, so the double amount of ultras helped me, but I do understand the feeling of not getting promos, because promos are always great, but yeah, I'm kind of indifferent on the matter. I don't really mind either way, but yeah, speaking of Dragoon though, I don't want to get too deep into this, but a couple of months ago, that card was like sitting at $60, and now it's like $100 because people are playing like play sets of it now. It's crazy, and yeah, my Dragoons are looking really, really nice right now, and my local needs some, so I don't know. It's either those or my Nadir servants that I haven't touched since I opened them. I need money.
Jello.
Yes.
Are you ever going to summon a Dragoon in paper?
Yes.
You ever going to do that?
Yes.
Oh, well then, yeah, keep it. I don't know. I thought this conversation's going to hold a different way, but if you're going to, yeah, no, don't sell it.
Yeah, it's the Nadir servants that I wanna get rid of. But that's a discussion for another time. Anyway, I think that's.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I just want to say one final thing on the promos. I'm going to try to condense this and not have it a rant, even though this could be like a whole video potentially. Okay. With the promos, Pot of Duality, Pot of Desires, Pot of Extravagance would have been a potential promo if we got promos in the 2020 tin. Like, I firmly believe it probably would have been a promo, because in the past, these random pots that were good and desired, no pun intended, ended up being promos. So that's something that I really don't like. I think hurts me specifically more than Dragoon, because I feel like more people would want Pot of Extravagance than a Dragoon, because you need more copies of it usually. I don't know, you're just saying now that people play 3 copies of Dragoon now that they know it's safe on the ban list. Yeah. But because the cheapest, it's had 3 printings now, and the cheapest is like $20 as of like when it came out in the Megatin. So I don't even know, they've probably gone up now. But that's all I want to say, is the pot reprint is also being missed, because historically that's sometimes been the promo in the tins. So that's just something that popped in my head just now. We're thinking in real time on this live podcast here.
Yeah. So Aqua Blast, it was actually only 40 for a couple of months. And now it's like 80. Yeah, I'm Canadian, so it's almost the same thing. It's the same as saying like 6,200. So yeah. So
I love those conversion rates.
I know, I hate it so much because sometimes I forget. And whenever I'm on TCG Player, it's always in US dollars. So I have to like think. I'm like, okay, so my cart right now is $30, which is actually this much. And no, it's just so annoying, but yeah, that's everything that I have on King's Court. It started with King's Court, then we moved into the Megatons. But guys, if you have been watching for a while now, we do have a new segment on the show. It is a Q&A. So you guys send us, yes? Or is there one more? Did I forget something?
Wait, there's someone approaching from the sky. Oh, it's not a bird or a plane. It's aliens. Whoa.
Oh yeah, aliens.
That released today.
All right, yeah. Let's put our tinfoil hats on so they can't probe our butts.
This is the time we need it the most is right now with the tinfoil hats. Any thoughts on the new alien support? We got 2 cards, a link, which I think this is the second alien link, right? Because we got M frame or something,
yeah.
Then a new main deck monster. I just have to say this, and Nova, the resident rulings expert here, correct me if I'm wrong, but the thing that never settled right with me with alien cards, which I guess they're not even going to do here, is that A counters, I think they lose 200 attack and defense, but if you don't have a card on the field that has that clause saying that monsters have counters lose 200 attack and defense when they fight another alien monster, that doesn't apply. So it's like certain random main deck alien cards in the past just didn't have that clause. And usually I think it's like the better ones too that you would have on the field didn't have that clause. So it was really weird. So A counters for a long time did nothing whatsoever except for random spell and traps that I think blew up or stole monsters with A counters. But those were few and far between. This new support did not fix that, sadly. I know it doesn't matter at all, but to me it matters because that's always something that bothered me whenever I found that out, because it's just so it's a weird thing that counters don't have an inherent effect unless you have something on the field that states that effect. So yeah, that's my little rant. The point is, this new support seems good in the point of making aliens more playable, but it doesn't help those little A counters do what they first were meant to do, which was ever so slightly weaken other monsters on the field. So that's everything I have to say about aliens, just to get that out of the way. But how are you guys feeling about this new support?
I don't know what they do because I haven't seen what they do yet. But I do know that they caused a buyout. So that doesn't seem like it's not really getting off on the right foot, if you know what I mean, for a lot of people. But yeah, I don't know what they do.
So folks, you ever make a video about an archetype that's very generic reptile support oriented, and then a few days later Konami releases another set that's all reptiles that would have been really cool to add to your video about it? But these cards are actually really good. I'm going kind of berserk right now. So the new one, the link, Cosmic Pincer Zalure.
That sounds cool.
Has just turn off your effect ability if you have an A counter on it. Mm-hmm. And that other link that was before, an M frame, puts A counters on things at quick effect when you discard a reptile, and it gives it an A counter out for every level of that monster. And we just got an archetype chock full of level 4s and level 8s. It's going to be Reptile Abyss. No. Abyss Aliens is going to be silly because Abyss missed a really good, easy to go into turn 1 play that didn't involve a lot of graveyard chicanery. This is gonna, because you can go into the link to Reptilan, maybe get a search if your opponent has monsters, and because they made the link a 2+, any other reptile turns it into Zalure, and then you just start pinging things with A counters and be all like, oh, that's a cute on summon effect.
Old school, on the ground, good old alien soldiers, which is also a card, but
that's
I am hoping that at some point they will make some kind of errata that just says A counters will be the first counter with an implicit effect on there that applies that, because I agree. It's really dumb that it only works for certain ones. I think it's cool that if you have multiple of them, those abilities stack. But you're like right now you're seeing it. They're not adding it to new aliens. So like, errata it, please. You gave them terrible stats. That's why you gave them terrible stats. Make it work. It'd be very confusing because they'd be all like, "That's nothing on the card text says that the A counters do that." It's like, oh, well, actually, if you go online, that's how that works. That would be very confusing. Konami's done worse.
Yeah.
Actually,
if you go on Yu-Gi-Oh! Neuron, you will be able to.
Have an app for that. Konami, please. You are so behind the 8 ball on everything when it comes to TCGs. You don't have an outstanding digital platform for your regular game. Your card rarities need a huge upgrade. You need to experiment a little bit with it. Please. Please use Nexus for good. It's right there.
Oh, man.
Anyway. Hey, Jello, how do you feel?
Well, like I said, I know next to nothing on aliens other than the fact they give confusing counters that sometimes do things and sometimes don't. So I'll take your word on it that the link is really good and then the other one doesn't excite you that much.
Nice. I don't want to say that's bad. It's just nice. It's just a good, solid support card.
Okay.
I'm salivating over the Link Monster. The Link Monster searches you an A counter generator on Link Summon. So good. It's so good. And Ancient Ruins A code is going to be in $30 because of buyouts now. And they better reprint that thing. They better reprint that in Ancient Guardians for America. You better do it.
Probably they probably would.
Do it.
They probably would because like
we
still haven't gotten any more like release news on that in terms of what's coming in that set. So.
I think we found the third archetype in King's Court is all I'm hearing. Alien reprint.
Oh man, can you imagine? We have men, gods, and aliens. That's like like existential.
It's just
that's just a Shin Megami Tensei game. I'm down with this.
Let's go.
No, but the alien support is just the reprints. So it's like none of the new It's like the what is it? Alien Hypnosis, like the Gemini monster and stuff, or Alien Brain maybe. I don't know, but there's a Gemini monster that's in my head.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the ultra rare slot. But
it's in your head because it was planted there,
bro.
I'm not wearing the tinfoil hat.
They used the suppository probe, and now it's in your head.
That is a. I think we can talk more about how that probe works on camera right now.
Yeah, let's not. Is there any? Are there any last theories that you want to put into the alien conspiracy before we move on to the next portion of the show?
I'm sure I'll figure out something, but I'll just spring it in the middle of a question and be very rude about it. So go ahead.
Okay, so I just want to go and acknowledge the people in our wonderful chat room real quick before we go into the last part. So we had John R, who mentioned that they would have to stop being cheap and put Cross-Out Designator as a promo back in the tins. Death Machine, is it weird that I mainly use Halki Fibrax to climb into Access Code Talker? I don't think so. I don't know. I've never actually had both of these in the same deck, so that's cool. I'm sorry. Game Larry 20 says a game promo. I would hate that. Because that means that if the game were to come out this year, I'd have to wait till 2022 to get it as a reprint in another side set. So please no. Let's see. John R about Infinitrax really helped. The extra rarities, the extra ultras and supers helped him build that. So it's only 40. Yeah, so we talked about that. Let's see. Calcite said USD used to be 150 Australian, and it'd be 180 plus GST with shipping. Luckily, the Australian dollar. So the last time they checked, it was 90 Canadian dollars. So yeah, because I asked, I think it was like Thursday or Wednesday, this past week, and right, they were selling a Dragoon for $95 because they said that like the price for it just kept going up. So yeah, let's see. Alien is not meant to be a battlefield.
Wait. So they were selling it for a price they thought it was going to be at in the future.
No,
it was above market price.
No, it was already at market price, and it's still increasing. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they like I asked them like, oh, Dragoons are $95 now. And it's like, yeah, we have to change the price tag on that because they just went up again. I'm like, great. Let's see. Larry 20 said the field spell doesn't have anything to do with A counters. Snake Rain needs a reprint more than Code A. Snake Rain is confirmed for a reprint, right? In Ancient Guardians.
It was.
OCG.
They took it down.
Oh, the OCG. Oh.
No,
Yeah,
in the original. So as you're aware, because we read them here, the official Yu-Gi-Oh website, when they first release a set, they say some other cards that are in it, right? Like support. Yeah. And at the bottom, it's always like subject to change.
Yeah.
It originally had Snake Rain as one of the things. Okay. But then it's like gone now from the description of Ancient Guardians. So I don't know if it's still going to be in there or what. But as Nova said, he's assuming, or he's not assuming, but he's confirming it was in the OCG. So hopefully we can assume it'll be in the TCG. Okay. And it looks like he's back. And I basically was saying, you are correct. And that hopefully comes to the TCG, because it at one point said that Snake Rain was going to be in here, but then they changed the description.
Yeah, we have to remember that, you know, until Konami just like has it like revealed in a set list, it could be anything. Yeah. They put it in there for a reason.
Yeah,
not a good one, but that's the reason.
Let's see. What was I gonna spout out? Oh yeah. So if we don't get Snake Rain, guys, did you want another Solemn Judgment or another Effect Veiler or another Denko Sekka reprint? Well, what do you guys want? Or a Red Reboot or something? what do you guys want? Take your pick.
Oh God,
I'll take Judgment for Out of the Box alone, because I think Bottomless Trap Hole was very fun in our last format. I just like the idea of one trap that's everyone has their one button to say no to something.
Yeah.
So all jokes aside, that would be decent only for this very niche scenario. But other than that, no, not Snake Rain or don't even print the set. Move it back farther. We don't care.
So we're gonna raise the stakes now. Please print us Torrential Tribute instead. Now we're really gonna have a lot of fun with that one.
Oh man, that'd be so funny. I'm down for a Judgment, but Torrential Tribute sounds really fun too. But yeah, I think that's the last of the aliens, unless there's anything else that you guys wanted to add.
Oh,
all right. So
that's it.
All right, perfect. So, guys, everyone in the chat, we have a new segment on the show, something that we wanted to do for a very long time, but no one ever gave us anything to work with. So, but we have stuff now. We have a question and answer portion of the show. And all the questions come from you lovely viewers watching from the comfort of your computer or phone. I hope you guys aren't watching on your phone because it's a lot of small letters and it's not good for your eyes. But send us in your questions or experiences to the email that is linked in the description of this podcast. And yeah, just send us questions that you have for any of us. It can be about anything related to the game, please. And if you guys want to share your funny stories with us, you can send it to us in the email, and we'll read it, and then we'll give our reactions to whatever story you guys share with us. And yeah, we will keep doing these as long as we have them. And if we don't get to your questions right away, we apologize, but we will get to them at some point. So yeah, that is what this part of the show is. And let's begin, shall we? JC, our trusty question master.
Okay, so I'm going in order from where we left off last time. Okay. I do want to shout out Larry20. They were the first person to use our email to ask us a question, because all of our other questions that we have in our little question bank is from our good co-host GoldenNovaYugioh asking his socials, and he kind of built up a little bit of questions for us. So thank you, Nova, and thank you, Larry, for being literally a milestone on the channel. Our email that we set up for questions got a question, and so very cool. But sadly, all the cheering aside, we're not answering your question tonight since we're going in order, I'm afraid. But Distro asked us a few weeks back what new mechanic could be added to the game that is not an extra deck summon. I don't know if you guys, while you're mulling it over, this is a big question. I don't know if you guys feel it's fair to do a 2-for-1, but Haver Cardman asked us what archetypes / mechanics would we like to see in the game. These are very similar questions. Mm-hmm. I think the main thing is Haver Cardman might be referring to more just like thematically archetypes, and also Distro specifically mentions not like extra deck mechanics. Mm-hmm. So what mechanics, maybe, I don't know, someone maybe has touched like Vanguard or something like that. Any weird mechanics from other card games you want brought into Yu-Gi-Oh? Anything in Yu-Gi-Oh or any theme in Yu-Gi-Oh? What would you want in it? Do you have anything off the dome that you want to share with everyone?
I don't think it's the greatest idea, but I would like to see the standard TCG without a main phase 2.
Ooh.
Right, because there's so many there's so many things that happen. Like there's so many like ways that people circumvent certain rules of cards by using the second main phase to do things. So I'd like to see what would happen if we didn't have that anymore. I don't think it's the greatest idea in the world, but I think it'd be interesting to go like one format with it, see what happens.
I mean, they did Master Rule 4, so they'll try. They'll do anything to change things drastically. But you were saying, Nova?
No, I can dig that, because I was listening to other people and they were saying how like we see this in Duel Links right now, mm-hmm. And the main phase, take when the main phase 2 is interesting because it doesn't allow you to take any advantage from the battle phase. Use it until your next turn if you do that. So a lot of cards that become bad suddenly are good now because you don't have to worry about that. And I think that's actually an interesting choice. And I think it would be different than in Duel Links because there's a bunch of other different rules that are applied. Mm-hmm. But in that specific choice, I'd like to see that. For me, this is something that is very rare and doesn't happen a lot. But in Magic the Gathering, there are certain effects that let you grab cards out of your side deck. Use those in your game. And yeah, wish effects like that. Now, I think that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is in an interesting place where we could push that even further. Specifically because we're built on the anime. You could make it a Heart of the Cards mechanic. Replace a draw during your draw phase with a card out of your sideboard. You get to do it once a game. You just have like a 14-card side. It would still be 15, obviously. Mm-hmm. But you would... In deck building, you'd have 14 cards, and you have like a 15th that's like, when I need it, this is my crisis card. I think that would be really cool. Mm-hmm. And it leans into the themes of, or maybe not the themes, but it's an iconic thing from the anime. Yeah. Not everyone knows it. People who don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Know about the Heart of the Cards. The funniest thing is watching Magic the Gathering channels and then watching them reference that and the Shadow Realm. It's the funniest thing. So why not lean into that? Give us that like kind of like turnaround type mechanic like we see in a game like Vanguard. I see that a lot now where it's like taking more damage lets you do stuff, or in the case of triggers, you get a thing when you take damage. I think that's really cool. I think Yu-Gi-Oh should add that.
That's cool.
That's actually, I like both your answers. Jello's definitely sounds like he wants to watch the world burn a little bit, but like in a good way. Like I definitely understand a lot of advantage is made in main phase 2, but like that usually leads to like the person getting advantage defeating me. So I think that would help me out a little bit in dueling. And I like the fact that critical card is now trademarked by the podcast. So like once Konami does decide to take that and use it, we will get a lot of royalties.
Destiny draw.
So definitely
basically.
both. I'm going a different route actually. I would like to see, again, taking from Magic the Gathering as Yu-Gi-Oh has from its very inception as a as a spin-off of Magic the Gathering in a manga. I like the idea, and I haven't crafted this in my head perfectly, so hear me out. Mm-hmm. Magic the Gathering has this thing called Living Weapon, where you have an artifact weapon, like basically an equip card that you can, if you can either, equip it to a creature you have, or you can have it generate a token that's a 0/0 stat line, and that artifact attaches to it, like that equip card attaches to it. Now, I don't think I'd like to have a token equipped with an equip card. I don't even think that's possible. Right, Zane? Is equipping an equip card to a token legal in Yu-Gi-Oh? I feel like it's not.
If it's already on the board?
Yeah, if it's just like on the board.
Yeah. It's just a monster.
Okay. Never mind. Forget. Oh yeah, Phantasm Spirals. It's been a long night, guys. But I think it'd be cool if the artwork was kind of like how artifacts are. It's almost like a reverse artifacts in a way, where they're just equip spell cards that you can summon, and they have a restriction to where like you can't use them for tributes or like materials, so that way they're not like broken, just free resource, but some kind of either mechanic where it's like every archetype gets their living weapon, especially if they're related to equip cards, or if it's just one archetype that gets it across the board and that's a unique mechanic to them. But I think it's interesting. I don't really like the idea of like that Australian guy who like has all the armor on him. I want that to be part of the TCG, but I'm not thinking of that. I'm thinking more very similar to the artifact artworks, where it's kind of like a spirit controlling the actual equip card. That's what I think would be cool. And whenever I think of things like this, which you guys definitely fit into this as well, but I like to think of what's actually realistic that Konami could do. Like, it wouldn't surprise me. And I think all of us actually didn't go like, 16,000 life points starting total or something like that, So I think we all should work for Konami R&D. This is actually our audio resume. Speaking of audio resumes, Audible is not today's sponsor, but it could be. Stick around for next one.
The more we reference them, the less likely they will be. Oh man! They'll
see our spunk and our gumption to go forward and use them, so they'll want to give us some money. So I think with the time, we did hit 2 very good questions, all in one answer each. Yeah. So I think that's it for the questions today, since we did knock off 2 from the list. Okay. If that sounds fair to everyone, since it is we're slightly over time, or as we like to call it here on the podcast, exactly like usual. So
yeah.
Oh man. So I just want to hit the chat real quick. So Calcite says Colossus reprint. You know what that means? Yes, it's time to fear. No main phase 2 Glad Beast players. No, from Adam Valero.
Yeah, actually, Adam makes a good point. No, never mind that idea. I can't deal with it.
And Mirror Force being an actual battle trap, and Larry suggests spirit monsters, more spirit monsters. I think those would all be pretty. I think these 2 would be pretty cool. Being an actual battle trap. Mirror Force has like reached, like perpetual meme status at this point. You can't really do anything to touch it, or else people will lose the magic. It won't be magic-y anymore.
When you make a continuous trap card that is Search a Mirror Force, You're at the top. I don't know what else to tell you. Of course, you're there, baby.
They'll never see it coming.
Oh.
They'll never know you have a mirror for.
Oh man, I'm using Twin Twisters. I hope I don't hit Waking the Dragon. Fool, you hit Mirror Force Launcher. I get 2 Mirror Forces. Attack me now.
Oh man. Anyway, closing remarks then, I guess, if there are no more questions that we can fit into this, because of course it is getting late. So any shout outs that you would like to make, anything you would like to plug before we say goodbye?
One, I do believe in alien supremacy. I'm building that deck. How much it's going to cost me, I'm going to make it happen. 2, I implore everyone in chat right now to go watch and share on all of their Discords and Reddits and everything JC's new video about fusion summoning. It's absolutely fun to watch. It goes into more detail than I ever thought possible about a single extra deck mechanic. It's rad as hell. You deserve to watch it as a treat.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
And other people that you know deserve to watch it. So spread it like wildfire, folks. Believe in you.
Thank you. And I would also like to say that Nova did steal my answer. But of course, check out Nova's channel as well, because once he gets to 5,000 subscribers, something very special will happen. He will build a hero deck to go along with Heroes Explained, the ultimate 3-hour finale of the Explained series.
It's over, folks. There's no other archetypes to talk about.
Yeah, once you hit heroes, you've already hit like 1/10 of like the entire card pool of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, exactly. He will have run out of other archetypes.
Yeah, future
no,
archetypes are irrelevant.
Yeah.
What is it?
Once you hit the peak, there, as an artist, not a content creator, he's an artist. It'll be done. You know, the social experiment that is the Explained series will be done, and that is all. But no, 5,000 subscribers. He's climbing there closer every day. So this shout out hopefully will help him get that little inch farther to the goal to make that monstrosity of a script I can't even imagine. So yeah, check that out. And also on the Jello side of things, the channel you're currently watching on, if you aren't subscribed, maybe you came here from Nova or I sharing the link to this, definitely subscribe to Jello here, the casual card gamer. He owns our likeness, as you see here, because we're on his channel. So I'm indebted to say this. We're also on another series, Out of the Box, which I miss so dearly, but it's all Konami's fault for not having any product this month and then
so
pushing things and all this stuff. So don't blame us for having the little tiny gap in Out of the Box, because it's out of our control, but we'll be coming back with something really awesome. So subscribe so you can see that. And with that, my closing statement is done. And also thank you, of course, everyone who's watched this episode. But I defer to now Jello, the casual card gamer.
Like you guys said, thank you to everyone who has watched. I'll actually go through the chat now before I forget. So we started with Genesis Yu-Gi-Oh, JC Theater YGO, Larry 20, The Slifer Slacker, Not a Pancake. Let's see. Oh, my life is a jest. Who else? Calcite, thank you for showing up. Larry, I believe I said this already. Larry 20. Let's keep going down. Adam Valero, thank you for watching. Artist with a Fro, it's always a pleasure to have you on. John R, The Death Machine, Aquablast 64, and I believe that's everybody. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out these two wonderful gentlemen's channels, the GoldenNovaYugioh, JC Theater YGO. All the links to everything that you need to find them is in the description of this show. So once you finish here, make sure that you like, subscribe, and share all three of our channels, because every click helps more than you guys know, and we appreciate it. We wouldn't be doing this if you guys weren't part of the experience. And a few things, I have decided to hold off Zero to Hero until Legendary Duelist Season 3 is out and thing, because right now there isn't really much I can do to keep it continuous as a flow until I hit the end, because I'll spoil it right now. I opened up JC's raw yellow mega pack, and the last card of the last pack that I opened had a flame wingman in it. So I was just screaming the power of friendship the entire time, and it was great. So that happened.
That's
but
beautiful.
Like right now, it feels really weird to post one episode and then have people wait another 4 months for another one. So I feel like it'd be better for me to just sit on it. Like I have all the recordings and everything already saved onto my computer. So once LDS3 comes out, I'll be able to make that a much more fluid flow of episodes until we hit the end, which I feel is only like just a couple more episodes until we hit it, because we haven't gotten any new hero cards and nothing else seems to be more optimal than just having a dusty gold. Anyway, another thing, it is not about Yu-Gi-Oh! It is about Vanguard, though. I wanted to announce this earlier, but it's like I could never come out with it properly. But I am holding a closed invitational for Card Fight Vanguard, and these two gentlemen right here are part of that experience. With the new format of Card Fight Vanguard releasing very, very soon, I want to spread the word, and what better way to do that than to get enthusiasts from other card game communities, i.e., of course, the Yu-Gi-Oh community. And yeah, I'll be putting them up against each other, and there will be prizes for everybody, and other fun stuff happening. So stay tuned for that. We'll start the tournament hopefully next week or next week, depending on how everybody has shaped up. And yeah, I'm super excited for that because it is a new chapter for me on the channel. I will still, of course, be covering Yu-Gi-Oh! Because you can love more than one card game, right? So
yeah, easy.
Yeah, that is it. As always, thank you so much to Golden Nova and to JC for taking the time out of their Sunday evenings to rant with me and everything. So yeah, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You are now
in the Yu-Gi-Oh! No, and Yu-Gi-Oh! No, cut it, put it back.
All right, and that is it.